What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And, I came across this particular tweet from Eric July. Of course, you guys know him as Young Rippa, the guy that created isom in the rippaverse. And, he has some advice for people that are in, like, creative spaces. People that are artists, people that are maybe musicians, people that are writers, making movies and all of that, okay? He has some advice for him, and this is what he says. Do not listen to these ideological crack-smoking leftists unless you want to end up broke. Treat your art like it's a business, because it is. Unless you're tied to some soulless mega corporation, you don't have the luxury of producing mundane material that nobody wants. And I think that's pretty solid advice, obviously, okay? You don't have a big Disney, the Mouse House behind you, You don't have Warner Brothers. You don't have Universal. You're not linked up with DC or Marvel or one of these big companies, okay? You actually have to be good at what you're doing, okay? You have to focus on being good. Don't focus on, oh, well, we don't have to listen to the customer. I don't have to pay any attention to what customers want. I don't have to look at the market and see what's selling, all right? So I can write to the market and be a competitive person in that market space, okay? I don't have to do that. I can go out there and do whatever I want. I can produce mundane material, as he calls it, right? But then you get to this comic strip from this guy, Zombie Moses. I don't know if he drew this or if this is somebody he copied off of. I mean, this is just the absolute most disingenuous comic strip I've ever seen in my life. And so you can see in this first panel, he's saying, man, I'm tired of not selling any lemonade. And he got this sign, lemonade, 50 cents a cup. So he decides that he's going to write anti-woke lemonade on the sign now. He puts anti-woke above lemonade. And now all of a sudden, young man, I would like to support your business. So would I. And then he says, when he's getting all of this money, this feels wrong, but the money kind of helps. All right, so let's talk about how completely backwards and wrong and stupid this particular comic strip is. See, the reality is that this whole concept of anti-woke is just a giant lie, all right? There's a myth going on that if you come out and you say, hey, there's no wokeness in my books, or there's no wokeness in my comics, there's no wokeness in my art or my music, oh, you're anti-woke. No, I'm actually saying there's nothing woke about this book. It's just a regular old book, okay? You should actually change this to ain't woke. That would actually be a better, truer representation of what's happening out there, okay? Ain't woke. Just change these letters around a little bit, okay? Because that's really what's going on. It's not like, I stand against this, that. No, I'm just not about that woke shit. That's it. That's all it is, all right? Just a regular old story, okay? Like this kid, this is just regular lemonade, Like a better picture of this, if they actually wanted to, sticking with this little comic strip analogy about lemonade, just widen this whole thing out. And then imagine a neighborhood where every single corner that's on this thing with a lemonade stand, all of these people are selling garbage woke lemonade, Like every single one of these joints is just garbage lemonade. And you see, pictures of people, spitting the lemonade out saying it's nasty, all right? And then by the time they get to this kid stand, they just walking on by it. Why? Because how are we going to know that you didn't make garbage lemonade too? Every lemonade stand I hit along the way has all been trash. No, I'm not stopping at your stand. Okay, you probably just like all of these other guys. So what people are coming out and doing is they're saying, hey, look, I'm not with all of that. Okay, that's all people are doing. I'm not with all of that. I'm just a regular storyteller. I'm just a regular musician. I'm just a regular comic book artist or whatever. I'm not with all of that woke stuff. We going back to the basics, and I'm just here to tell good stories, and that's it. Okay, it's not about I'm coming out anti anything. I'm just coming out telling you like it is. Just, hey, this is just good material. Go check it out. All right. But second thing is that this little whole strip and anti-woke nonsense, it actually fails to address what Rippa's point was, which is be good at what you do. Okay, because you don't have the luxury of not being good at what you do. You're trying to stand down in the marketplace. Your initial success, if you even come out and say this, we're anti-woke, that initial success will be very, very short-lived if you are not good, okay? Because if this kid is making dirt water lemonade, and that's the reason why I wasn't selling in the first place, because it was disgusting lemonade, all right? You can write anti-woke up here all you want to, and you might get all of these cats coming down to help you and buy, oh yeah, let me get some of that anti-woke lemonade. But the moment they sip it, if it's anti-woke all day long, but it's disgusting, it's still dirt water and nobody wants it, okay? You're not going to have a successful business, like he basically says here. You don't have the luxury of producing mundane material that nobody wants. You got to actually be good. That's basically the point of what he's talking about here. Has nothing to do with, you just got to say you're anti-woke. People will come out and say, look, I don't give a damn how anti-woke you are. This shit is trash. It's dirt water. I don't want it. All right? Congrats on being anti-woke. I'm not buying your books. I'm not buying your shows. I'm not buying your music. I'm not buying it because it's garbage music. It's garbage writing or books or comic books or whatever the case may be. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. It always has been. It always will be. All right. So this is writing this. They're assuming that this stuff is a grift. That's the only thing you can, read from it. But I think most folks that are coming out with this, hey, I'm just not woke. Okay. I am not woke. I am regular. I am not this way. I'm not that way. I'm just a regular storyteller. Here's a good story. See if you like it. That's all it's about. But anyway, I thought this was ridiculous. This guy says, so you mean to say people are actually willing to pay for products where it actually looks like the company isn't going to demonize you for the most arbitrary and made up reasons imaginable? I couldn't imagine a better endorsement. Exactly. Corporations during Pride Month. Exactly. This is a perfect statement right here. There's a rule that your opponents will always accuse you first of what they are doing themselves. That is an absolute rule anytime you're dealing with anybody, okay? If somebody's accusing you of doing something, that means they're probably doing it. It's like a woman that accuses you of cheating. She's probably cheating. That's how that shit works, right? Because you absolutely do see it during Pride Month. You'll see banners everywhere, okay? You'll see banners everywhere promoting pride, rainbow this, rainbow that. But remember, we saw it with the Gloria Alonso situation, okay? How they tried to tell her, oh, you need to remove this gay content from Ant-Man 3. I'll go ahead and link that story above if you didn't see that video. Yeah, they totally told this chick, oh, no. You need to pull that up on out of there, okay? They will preach and promote their support of the LGBTQ community, but it's all lip service, okay? Empty words, which is what this, whatchamacallit is trying to say, this cartoon strip. Oh, it's just all empty words. This guy really doesn't mean this anti-woke stance. He's just saying that so he can make a little bit of money. Like, again, all of these companies are the same, man. The virtue signaling in corporate America is at an all-time high. Just like with this Pride Month stuff, they don't really care about this crap, okay? This is all to get their ESG score wherever they want it to be, all right? We need to push diversity, equity, and inclusion. And during Pride Month, oh yeah, LGBTQ all the way, baby, okay? They putting that stuff everywhere, pushing all of that crap down your throat, all right? Even though you personally like, look, I'm just buying the product because it's good product. That's why I'm buying this. You don't have to push all of your ideology on me. I don't see what any of that has to do with buying or purchasing a product, but that's what they do. And the thing about it is you didn't ask for this. You didn't ask for this. You didn't ask for it in entertainment. You didn't ask for it in your other companies that you purchase things from. You didn't ask for this crap, okay? But what does Disney give you? Race swaps galore. Every time you turn on the television, somebody's talking about some little brown and black people seeing themselves somehow. I'm like, what the hell? Why? I'm not asking for this. Tell me a good story. I don't care if they want to see themselves look in the mirror. I need to see good entertainment right now. I don't care about that shit. Oh, here's the feminism that you didn't ask for. Here's the progressive politics that you didn't ask for in your entertainment. And somebody comes out saying, hey, man, you know what? We're not doing any of that. Oh, you're anti-woke. Haha, it's a grift. Man, shut up. Even if Eric is just selling comics solely on the premise of being anti-woke, then clearly there must be a demand for it. So if someone wants to supply that demand, there's no issue here. It's simply the free market working as intended. Exactly. Okay? Exactly. There's a demand for good entertainment now, okay? Disney doesn't care about making new stuff anymore, okay? Disney doesn't care about being creative or unique or giving us entertaining stories, okay? Or actually doing the kind of cultural uplift that they keep talking about. They're not interested in any of that crap. They're not trying to make new characters. They're not trying to make new iconic movies that we'll remember for generations to come. They're just remaking and rehashing all of their old stuff because they're just all about that bread, okay? Cash rules everything around Disney. They are all about that bread, easy peasy, low-hanging fruit money. And they certainly don't give a damn about the values that built this country into what it is. They're not interested in reflecting any of that back onto the society, back to the little kids that are growing up watching it, okay? So there's a demand for that now because people are saying, hey, the stuff that I grew up with, the stuff that I thought was good, I want to give that to my children, but everything that Disney is coming out with is garbage. I can't even go to a Toy Story film without seeing, all of this stuff that I don't approve of or I don't agree with. All right. Same thing with Strange World. I don't want to show that to my children. What else is there anything else out here in this wide world that is different, that is better, okay, that reflects what I believe in? And the answer to that is yes. And it comes in the form of not anti-woke, okay? I'm not going to use this word, ain't woke content, all right? Where it's not preaching all of this progressivism and this, that, and the third. It's not doing that. It's just a story. And the good thing about this time, this is a wonderful time to be alive, because the real problem for these companies, if you really want to know it, is that the monopoly has been broken. The barriers of entry are completely gone, all right? You can make your own content yourself, okay? You can make comic books, you can make movies, you can make books, you can make videos, and if you're good, even without the mainstream's approval, okay, you can go mainstream. That's kind of what Young Ripper did. He didn't even have like the mainstream backing him, okay? But isom sold and sold well, all right? It reminds me back in the day when Straight Outta Compton, the album by NWA, that thing went like double platinum with no radio play. All right. It was strictly because it was good. It was unique. It was different. And when that thing hit the scene, it exploded. So yeah, now you can go and you can make the same kind of content that these cats make without the 5 big studios backing you. Okay. Without the 5 big publishers backing you, without DC or Marvel backing you. You could go out there and just do your thing again, but you got to be good. Like Rip was saying, you got to be good. Who are these failing comic book writers that had to start pandering to see success? EVS, Graham Nolan, Chuck Dixon, Shane Davis, virtually anyone you would sling mud at in this way was successful way before they went indie, or like Eric, have had nothing but success as an indie. Exactly. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Cute. Now go back to praising companies who use minorities to raise their ESG scores. What I just talked about. Or in order to gain access to investment opportunities. Boom. I mean, straight up, man. They push wokeness to appear pious and righteous. That's all it is, okay? To achieve the ESG score so that they can boost up this investment. That's an excellent point, okay? All they're trying to do is just raise their ESG scores, all right? Look good to the world, okay? There's nothing principled about this. It's a dishonesty, all right? Again, they accuse you of what they themselves are doing. And then they try to go, ha, gotcha. It's like, no, you fooled no one here, okay? You have absolutely fooled nobody. The anti-woke lemonade doesn't contain soy in it. So yeah, I buy a cup of anti-woke lemonade. Yeah, again, I think it's more ain't woke. That's what's really happening, all right? I don't think Ripper has come out and said, my comic will be anti-woke, which means that it's going to come out and talk against something. Anti means against. So it's going to come out and talk against wokeness, against progressivism, or whatever the case may be. That's not what's happening here. So it's a big myth, okay, that people that say my stuff isn't woke, that somehow that automatically makes you anti-woke, all right? That's what these clowns think or whatever. It's not true. I love this one. Check this out. Now, this one is awesome, man. Man, I'm tired of selling so much lemonade. He writes woke lemonade over his. It's like, young Zer, you are saving lives. And he's sitting there feeling good. He was getting all this money, and now he's like, man, I'm sitting up here by myself. My shit is empty, and everything is great. He over here in tears. Young Zer. That is awesome, man. That's a good one right there. And you know what? Let me also bring up another point, is that something these guys are also being very, very dishonest about, or at least they're not thinking clearly about it. But there's something to be said about people who have actually gone through the creative process, who have put like their creativity out there on the line for public consumption so they can be scrutinized and judged based on their own creativity. The chances are that these folks will actually become better creatives than the average Joe Blow, right? Because they've done it before. They know how to write. They know how to produce, okay? They've been in that creative process and they know what it takes, all right? Even if they failed a bunch of times, I would actually trust that that person knows more about creating like a good comic book than somebody who's never tried it once, all right? Or somebody who has been pampered and, hey, they've been holding their hand under one of these big mega corporations, okay? That doesn't necessarily mean anything, but somebody who has put themselves out there, all right, to create something, has more of a leg up on somebody who hasn't. You know what I mean? And that's why I think, there's no doubt that isom as a comic book sold more copies just based on Ripper being not woke. But it's also because he has prior creative efforts and he's done stuff in the past. His name and his reputation kind of go before him. He had a big YouTube channel with a whole lot of people that followed him, and they liked the creative stuff that he was doing within just that. So I think it's kind of disingenuous that, you know, you're not looking at that aspect of it, or you think, oh, well, because he came out as anti-woke, that's the reason why all of this stuff sold. It's like, this dude been making all kind of shit and everything back in the day. Like, how are you not seeing that, you know? And then how is that any different than any other businessman or any other brand, right? You got a brand, you're going to use all kind of stuff to sell, you know, more material, whatever, based on your brand. I mean, that's just smart, right? You know, like I always use the example of Paul Newman, right? Like he just, hey, let me slap my face on some wine bottles and sell some wine. You know, I got another thing. I enjoy wine. You know, I've been dabbling in this. You know, let me go ahead and slap my face on some wine and sell some wine. I don't see anything wrong with that. All right. If you built a brand in one arena, why not translate that over to another arena that you got a passion for? Okay. And then try to get good at it and keep working at it. All right. And yeah, some of your fans, they will absolutely come out and support you in this endeavor. Why? Because they already know, hey, this guy has delivered the goods in this other arena. Hey, if he's passionate about this, if this means something to him, hey, I'll jump right into this. Okay. And that's absolutely the case with Ripper, because this dude was talking about comic books and doing comic reviews and doing movie reviews and all of that stuff long before he ever came out with isom. All right. And so he became a trusted name in comic lore. Okay. People saw him. Oh man, I trust Ripper, and his opinions on comics fits with my opinions. Okay. The man built a big following on that. So how stupid is it? I mean, me personally, I just say, how stupid is it that somebody thinks that, oh, well, this guy now making his own comic is some sort of a anti-woke grift, you know? Just the stupidity of people. I don't understand. Yep, look here. That's just what we was talking about. All of these companies dropping rainbow symbols left, right, and center, okay? They doing all of this stuff. This is all what they are accusing you of doing with your creative, trying to say, hey, I'm not woke, okay? They're doing the opposite. Yeah, we're woke, okay? We're very woke, and we want you guys to know how woke we are, all right? Again, and they start pointing fingers at you and saying there's something wrong with you when you say, hey, I'm not woke. I'm not standing into this space as a woke person. So you know how to differentiate me from all of this other stuff that you see here. Nope. No rainbow flags on my stuff. Okay. And again, that's why I think anti-woke is the wrong terminology, because if you say, hey, I don't put a rainbow flag on my shit, that don't mean I'm anti-rainbow pride, anti-LGBTQ. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I'm not dabbling in that, okay? I'm not dabbling in that space. I'm over here doing something that has nothing to do with any kind of progressivism, politics, LGBTQ ideology, nothing, okay? I'm just a regular old company selling regular old lemonade. That's basically all it is. And so that's why this whole thing is disingenuous. Anyway, folks, what do you think about this situation? Again, I think it's just a big giant myth about people that, you know, they say, oh, it's anti-woke. Well, it's not really anti-woke. It's ain't woke, okay? I'm just not with all of that woke stuff, okay? I'm just making regular old lemonade for the masses. You guys go ahead, jump down in the comments, give me your thoughts and your opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.